As the horses tumble down the straight, with just about 1 furlong to go, the CCC have pulled up lame, while the Jamaican Scorpion and the West Indies Academy are faltering badly in the home stretch. 3 teams, the Windward Island Volcanoes, the Barbados Pride, and the Guyana Happy Eagle, are locked at the furlong pole in a virtual dead heat as they strive towards the $250,000 first prize. That's US $250,000 first prize in the West Indies Regional 4-day championship. With 1 round to go, any one of 5 teams can win the tournament, except for the Jamaican Scorpion, the West Indies Academy, and the combined colleges and campuses, whose future participation in this tournament should be discussed. I, at this time, do not see any real value in having the CCC in this longer format of the tournament. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show. I'm so happy that you are here. I'm glad that you are here. After a busy last week in which the Cricket Forum covers the Headley Cup cricket final in Jamaica, I am happy that I am back with you this morning to have our usual lively discussion as we express our opinion on this show. I would like to thank the Mayday Pass Student Association for collaborating for us to stream live the Headley Cup final. Congratulations to Manchester High, who won that tournament. But now to West Indies cricket. With 1 round to go, or after 6 rounds in the tournament, the Windward Island Volcanoes have taken over the lead of the championship as they did after the first 3 rounds. So the Windward Island Volcanoes are out front with 89.6 points, followed by the Barbados Pride with 87.8 points. That's 1.8 points fewer than the Windward Island Volcanoes. In third place, also at 87 points, but 87.2 is the Guyana Happy Eagle, while in fourth place, the Leeward Islands. The leader at the 2 furlong point was the Leeward Islands, but they have lost ground. They lost their match over the weekend, and so they are now on 82 points. So those are the top 4. Trinidad and Tobago Red Force can still win this tournament, but they have a real long shot to win this tournament. They can get enough bonus points, and the 12 points that they get for winning the match could see them winning the tournament if a miracle happened to the 3 teams ahead of them. At this time, the Windward Island Volcanoes are in front by a nose, followed by a short head, we'll say, followed by Barbados Pride and the Guyana Happy Eagle breathing down their neck. It will be very interesting to see what will happen in the next round of the tournament, starting this Wednesday with 4 matches. Now, let us now look at the star performers thus far in the tournament as we look to the 7th round, because not only are we looking to see who is going to win the tournament, but we are also looking to see who will be on the West Indies team to go to England. So at this time, I want to go through some of the statistics of the tournament. When we look at the most runs, we see where Michael Lewis, some said Louis, Michael Lewis have the most runs with 549, averaging 45.75. He has so far scored 2 centuries and 4 half centuries. In second position is the West Indies captain Craig Brathwaite, who has 473 runs. He has scored 2 centuries and he's averaging 47.3. Kevin Sinclair, who made 471 runs thus far, who is averaging 67.28, 1 centuries and 2 half centuries. Now, there are 6 other batsmen who have scored more than four other batsmen, who have scored more than 400 runs. But these are the only 3 that have passed the 450 mark. So I'm not going to lower the standard. 450 is the cutoff point. Although one batsman is on 449, he still doesn't make this list. So those are the 3 batsmen who have scored more than 450 runs in the tournament so far. There have been 1 double century in the tournament, which was last weekend, 1 double century in the 6th round of matches that took place. Also, there have been 24 centuries and 75 half centuries that score of 50 or more. There was a 99, which also classified as a half century. So 1 double century, 24 centuries, and 75 half centuries. Now, the individual that have the highest single score inning score is Amir Django, the Trinidad and Tobago Red Force wicketkeeper batsman. And I ensure that I said wicketkeeper batsman because later in the show, I'm going to make a case for Amir Django. Craig Brathwaite, with his 189, is the 2nd highest leading run scorer in a single innings, while Kevin Sinclair, 165, Chadwick Walton, 163, Kevin Hodge, 158, and Jason Mohammed, 157, Kevoy Savory, 155, are all the batsmen who have scored more than 150 runs in a single innings. So that list is led by Amir Django, Brathwaite, Sinclair, Walton, Hodge, Mohammed, and Savory are all the batsmen that scored more than 150 runs in a single innings. Let's look at the wicket-taking category. Leading the wicket-taking category is Joshua Bishop. He has 37 wickets. Jamel Warrican has 32. Also is Rakeem Cornwall, 32, and Ashmead Ned, 30. You'll once again realize that the spinners are dominating West Indies tournament. And there's a lot of theory why this is so. There's a number of persons have voiced their opinions on why this is so. But again, the spinners are dominating the tournament. The left-arm orthodox spinner, that's this slow left-arm orthodox spinner, 3 of them are in this list of 4. Joshua Bishop, Jamel Warrican, and Ashmead Ned. The best fast bowler, he has 29 wickets. And so that is Jeremiah Lewis. He's the leading fast bowler in the tournament, Jeremiah Lewis. But why is it? We heard last week or a few weeks ago, last week it was, or the week before, can't quite remember right now. Yes, I think it was last Monday, where the director of cricket for the West Indies, Miles Bascom, has said that they have run some groundsmen, some curator courses in conjunction with the ICC. I hope those courses are very, very beneficial to the West Indies. Now, when you look at the strike rate of these bowlers, because I was saying to myself, Joshua Bishop is doing outstandingly well. So I'm trying now not only to look at the number of wickets that he received, but to see how many balls it is taking Joshua Bishop to get a wicket on average. Now, this statistics is for bowlers who have bowled 50 or more overs in the tournament. There are bowlers with better strike rate, like Joel Andrew. He probably have the best strike rate in the tournament, but he probably only bowled 1 over or 2 overs. Now, so therefore, if you do not bowl more than 50 overs in the tournament, I would not have been able to get a true picture of your strike rate. So for bowlers who have bowled more than 50 overs in the tournament, here is a true picture of the strike rate. Niall Simmet of Niall Smith of Guyana RP Eagle have bowled 63 overs and have gotten a wicket every 25 deliveries. And on average, every 25 deliveries. Anderson Phillip of the Trinidad and Tobago Red Force, 133 overs, and he's getting a wicket on average every 4.5 over, or thereabout, every 29 deliveries, he's getting a wicket. Jason Holder, who only played 2 matches, and I need to come back to Jason Holder, who only played 2 matches, bowled 53 overs and was getting a wicket on average every 29 deliveries. Jeremiah Lewis, who bowled 153.3 overs, is getting a wicket every 32 deliveries. Cumberbatch from Barbados bowled 69 overs and is getting a wicket every 35 deliveries. Those are the top 5. But Joshua Bishop bowled 282.5 overs. And although he got 37 wickets, if Louis, Niall Smith, Holder, Cumberbatch, if they had bowled the number of overs that Joshua Bishop had bowled, they would have gotten more wicket than him. So Joshua Bishop, although he got 37 wickets, when you look at the strike rate, he comes in at number 18. There are 17 bowlers who are better than Joshua Bishop's strike rate. And so one cannot ignore the fact that it is a sheer number of over that Joshua Bishop is bowling in a very weak team that is allowing him to get so many wickets. In fact, Joshua Bishop's strike rate is also better than that of Ashmead Ned. So that is not a positive for Bishop when the other bowlers are getting wicket much quicker than Joshua Bishop. Now, the best bowling performance in the tournament so far in a match is 10 wickets by Ruston Chase getting 10 for 114 and Jamel Warrican getting 10 for 175. That 10 for 175 by Jamel Warrican was against Jamaica, and that 10 for 114 by Chase was against the CCC, or was CCC Trinidad. Who did they play over the weekend? I think it was the CCC. The best innings bowling performance, that again, Chase with his 7 for 67, and also Morata with 7 for 108 is the best bowling performance. There are 2 more statistics that I would just like to look at. And these are the persons who are playing in the English county cricket. I heard that Kemar Roach is playing in the English county cricket, and I have not seen him play, but I cannot see everything. So if Kemar Roach is playing in the English county cricket, please tell me which team he's playing for so I may go and research it. Again, I cannot see everything, so I do not know, but I have not seen him bowl a single ball in the tournament. I mentioned Jason Holder earlier. Now, in the county championship, up to the time when I was coming on here, Jason Holder, he played in 2 matches. He batted twice, and he made 29 runs, averaging 14.5. He made 29 in the first match, and he got a 1-ball duck in the second match. Now, so far, he has bowled 38 overs, 8 maidens. He have conceded 127 runs, and he have only picked up 1 wicket in 38 overs. Now, I mentioned this because I've heard a lot of talk how good Jason Holder is in English condition. But if he can only get 1 wicket after 38 overs, and mind you, it was the number 11 batsman from Warwickshire that he got out. Yes, the number 11. That was his only wicket in the tournament thus far. So that is Jason Holder's record in the English county cricket at this stage. 38 overs, 1 wicket, 127 runs. This bowler, who must go to England according to some, because it is English condition. And if it is now April in England, where it is much colder, where the atmosphere and the humidity in the atmosphere is quite high, if Jason Holder cannot swing the ball in April, how is he going to swing it in July? Very, very interesting. The other bowler that I've seen in the English Championship is Jason Seals. Jason Seals, by the way, are in second position on the chart. His 6 wickets for 208 runs put him tied in second position with 4 other bowlers. So Jaden Seals is doing fairly well. A matter of fact, he's doing very well. You have gotten 6 wickets so far, 58 overs, 6 wickets. He bowled 13 maiden and have conceded 208 runs. Now, before I come to your comment, as I look at that team to tour England, there are 2 persons who, at this time, I will not say they should be in the team or they must be in the team. But there are 2 players that I'm 95% certain that these 2 players should be in the West Indies Test squad to tour England. One is Michael Lewis. Having scored over 549 runs at an average of 45.75, with a highest score of 130, 2 centuries and 4 off centuries, I believe that Michael Lewis is a very, very strong contender to make that Test squad to England. I know that some persons are going to say, after one good season, you're picking a man after one good season. But my answer to that is, how many good seasons did Tej Narayan Chanderpaul had? How many good seasons did Alec Atanase had? How many good seasons did Kirk Mackenzie had before they were selected to the West Indies team? If you are going to tell me that Michael Lewis does not deserve to go to England, please tell me how many good seasons those 3 batsmen had before they were selected to the West Indies team. One of the things that we have looking at, one of the players that we are, one of the positions, should say, that we are always looking at to fill in the squad to go to England is the reserve wicketkeeper. If at this very moment I was going to pick the West Indies squad to go to England, Amir Jagno would be my backup wicketkeeper. He is the only batsman to have scored a double century in the tournament. The only batsman. 218. The only batsman to have scored. He has scored 449 runs in the tournament thus far, making him the 4th leading run scorer in the tournament. His average of 112.25 should not be ignored. When it comes to the wicket keeping, although most of the times Joshua Da Silva is keeping for Trinidad and Tobago Red Force, Amir Jagno have a dismissal per innings ratio of 2.5. While Morris have more dismissal than him, while Savory have more dismissal than him, the wicket keeper with the highest dismissal ratio in the tournament thus far is Amir Jagno. Couple that with the fact that he is the 4th leading run scorer in the tournament, Amir Jagno is one of the 2 front runners in my book to go with that squad to England. So those 2 players who I'm suggesting that should be in the West Indies squad is Michael Lewis and Amir Jagno. I think that they have booked their ticket at this time to tour England. I'm coming to your comments, but just before I do, I must show you the matches that are coming up on Wednesday. So the Guyana RP Eagle will play the CCC. The Windward Islands Volcanoes will play the Leeward Islands Hurricane. Remind you that the Windward Islands Volcanoes are leading the tournament. Will some negotiation go on in that match? It is left to be seen if there will be some negotiation that will go on in that match. Barbados Pride is expected to beat the West Indies Academy. The Guyana RP Eagle is expected to beat the combined colleges and campuses. Trinidad and Tobago Red Force is expected to beat Jamaica. The only match that we do not know, how we are not confident of the result right now, is the Windward Island Volcanoes, who are the leaders of the tournament. They'll be playing their neighbors, the Leeward Islands Hurricane. Will there be any negotiation as to the outcome of that match? It is going to be very interesting, and I hope the match referee have a tap on things. Just before I come to your comment, I also must remind you that Thursday morning, the West Indies women will play their first match, ODI match, against Pakistan in their 3-match ODI tour of Pakistan. This 3-match ODI tour will be followed by 5 T20 internationals. And from memory, I think the match starts at 5:30 a.m. in Jamaica, 6:30 a.m. Thursday morning in the Eastern Caribbean, the Guyana, and the United States of America. I really appreciate you being here. There's a lots of comments. I'll try my very best to go through most of them as best as I could. So good morning, everyone. I really appreciate it that you are here. Pernell Christie saying, let's see what. Good morning, everyone. I'm seeing here that we were scheduled for 10:35 start today. Is this Jamaica time or ECT? It was Jamaica time. I should have started 9:35 in Jamaica. So Pernell Christie, Brian H, do we have the standing now? I have not seen them. Well, I would have done that. I would, yes, Brian H. Do the West Indies man? Okay, thank you. 007 CCC is a second Bajan team. Yes, so we definitely expect that the Barbados Pride is going to beat the CCC. Good morning, how are you doing? The champion, good morning to you, respect. Mr. Casanova, top of the morning. I see the CCC as a feeder team, for the other countries, honestly. Now, as you said, I have great concern about the participation of the CCC in this tournament. I definitely think a cost-benefit analysis should be done. My theory is that if you remove the CCC and the West Indies Academy, you'll be playing 2 rounds less. So you could play 5 rounds and then have a best of best tournament. And then you will have an under-23 tournament where you do it just like, you run it just like how you run the under-19 tournament. All 16 in the same venue, they played against each other in ODI and 3-day matches. So I think that instead of have the West Indies Academy and the CCC in this tournament, is that we organize an under-23 tournament, use one venue like we do for the under-15, the under-17, and the under-19. But we allow the under-23 to play each other in 50-over matches and also allow them to play each other in 3-day matches. That is my theory. I just think that we should stick to the 6 regional body and don't include the CCC and the West Indies Academy. Yes, too bad. Taki have a chance tomorrow, though. They'll be playing Manchester in the T20 semi-final, Mr. Casanova. So I wish them well. Greetings from Guyana. Yes, Pernell Christie. I have finally caught this live stream. I often have to rewatch all of your videos. So I'm happy to be here on this live stream. Really glad that you are here, Pernell Christie, and I'm happy that you are contributing. Justin Greaves had a chance to show his class and bring home a draw, and he failed under pressure. I put more stock in performances under pressure than simple looking at overall stats. That's a very good point there, Brian H. I appreciate that point. The spinners are effective because the batsmen can't bat for long periods of time. Look how many had started and failed to carry on. Selector Birdman is making a very, very, very good point there. Now, Barbados play leewards? No, man. Barbados doesn't play leewards. Is the leewards play the windwards. That's what I am. The leewards play. That is what I have here, and I'm double checking it, 007. To the best of my knowledge, Barbados. Wow, I'm seeing combined colleges and campuses play Guyana. Leeward Islands play Windward Islands. West Indies Academy play Barbados. And the Jamaica play the Trinidad and Tobago Red Force. That's what I'm seeing here, 007. So Barbados is a Windward Leeward Islands clash. That is coming up. Barbados will play the West Indies Academy. Chase killed Brian H. Yes, Chase was very, very impressive this weekend. Kemar Roach is playing for Sussex. Okay, so 007 said that Kemar Roach is playing for Sussex. I will double check that. As I said, I've not seen him. So I've not seen him bowl a ball. So I don't know if he's in the squad. Have you seen him bowl a ball? But I will double check if Kemar Roach is playing for Sussex. It was against the Leewards. Paul Goodman. I do not get that. Pernell Christie again is saying that very good information they are presented in relation to Jason Ola performance in England this season. Well, I just give the numbers, Kirk and 007 said Kirk have to do better because I don't think he will start. Now, 007, there's a point there. I think that Kirk is going to England. I think that Kirk Mackenzie is going to play the first test also. The challenge with Kirk Mackenzie is that he does not have any capital. In what I mean by he does not have any capital, because of his poor performances in this year regional first class tournament, if he goes to England and failed in the first match, he's going to be under a lot of pressure. If he had scored a century or gone over 400 runs or 450 runs in this year regional tournament, I guarantee you that he would have played all 3 matches in England. But he has not built up any runs capital in the tournament. As a result, as soon as he fails for the test team, they are going to be calling for his head. They say, Imlach has held his own, but he is not keeping. That's the issue. Imlach had scored over 380 runs. Still 60 runs short of what Jagnu had scored. But Jagnu have kept in a match or 2 for Trinidad, while Imlach is not keeping. So you will not carry Imlach over Jagnu in my estimation. Say, Jagnu will be selected for A team, but however, not test unless Imlach and Silva gets hurt. All right, you're expressing your opinion. Mine is different. Keith Aaron, how are you doing? Good morning. Mr. Focus, you may be accused of being Trini to the board. No, I don't think. I think I have a credibility here where persons have don't realize that I'm not biased towards any country. I am biased towards the fact. I am biased towards my opinion. So I don't think that anyone is going to accuse me of being Jamaican biased, being Trinidad biased, being Guyanese biased. The only persons who are going to accuse me of being biased are those who don't listen to the program consistently. But I've always been led by the facts. I've always been led by the stats, not the person, the performance. And once I maintain that discipline, I will always have the stats and the performance to back me up. The other thing with me is that I watch a lot of cricket. There are a number of persons who come on this chat and they go into a bar or some places and they just talk because they do not watch the cricket. They just talk. And so they cannot challenge what I've said because sometimes they said some things that are ridiculous. But try to be decent and to be respectful. you ignore it. But I always allow myself to be led by the facts. Ian is saying that no negotiation. Everyone wants to perform for a possible pick. So you're saying no negotiation between Leeward Islands Hurricane and Windward Islands Volcanoes for the championship. Brian Moore, how are you? Michael Lewis don't have experience. Athanaze play cricket at all stages. We know what we have done. We know what he have done. Michael Lewis need to wait his turn. Brian, you know, that I don't quite understand. I'm trying to figure out what you're saying. I'm trying to figure out, because I get the impression that you are saying that it is either Athanaze or Michael Lewis. And I'm not saying that. The fact is that Athanaze have one good season. Michael Lewis have one good season. Those are the facts. Athanaze was picked after one good season. Why is it that Louis should not be picked after one good season? Before Athanaze was picked for the West Indies, what experience did he have in international cricket before he was picked? If you don't pick the player when they are performing, when are you going to pick them? I am one who always believe that you pick someone when they are in form, you pick them when they are performing. That is the time to pick them. But Brian Moore, I still don't quite get what you're saying, but I just try and see if I can understand. 007 is saying that Django can't replace Imlach unless he's injured. Well, I have a different opinion than that 007. I think that Django is ahead of Imlach, Savory, Morris, all of them at this stage. Mike Robinson, why the I don't know what no, Mike Robinson, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm sorry that I will put up your comment on the screen, because I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know, you're caught up into something else. I don't know what you're talking about. I am very disappointed that I even read your comment, because that is under the belt and I don't know what you're talking about. I do not know. So, okay, Brian H., I will look it up. I'll definitely look it up. Chase time done. Don't believe the hype. Okay, Brian Moore. Brian Moore. 007 say, I'm considering to drop Kirk for Gooley or Django. Okay, nothing wrong. And that is the beauty of this community. I am not going to say, probably like Robinson would say, the Gertrude or madness. I'm not going to say that. It's your opinion. Cool. I believe the CCC should be mixed with more senior players over 34 years old who might take up space in franchise squad should be given a chance to play with the CCC. Selector Birdman giving us another opinion. And Pernell Christie saying that I think that McCasty will get the nod ahead of Michael Lewis since he managed to surpass that 3-figure mark. After all, Mr. Ames and Coach Coley picked him without even scoring 100 prior. Good point you're making there. But somehow I think that Michael Lewis has passed McCaskey, despite McCaskey getting a century. Now, Vernon John is saying, whatever happened to Blackwood and Bonner, are their West Indies career finally over? Well, at this time, in all honesty, it will take a brave person to say otherwise. You wish them all the best. You really hope that they come back, and you really hope that they will find it in themselves to put their best foot forward and train. But at this time, it will be a very brave person to bet that their career is not over. He disappointed me too. Oh yeah, Oh yeah, I forgot. Blackwood went to England to play county cricket. So Blackwood is in England. Well, very interesting. I'm going to check out that. Brian Moore is saying that I agree. CCC should be replaced but with under 23. CCC is a waste team. Well, so let me say what I think again. I do not think that they should be replaced by under 23. I think the 6th regional board should play in the tournament. Whether 2 round or 1 round robin round, that's for another discussion. What I think should happen though is that we should have an under 23 tournament for the 6th regional board, and they gather in one place like the under 19 does, and they play 5 50-over matches, so that's 1 match against each other, and 5 3-day matches. That's what I would recommend. MS is saying, after watching the last 2 rounds, one of the major tangible that is missing is West Indies cricket is the fans. It almost brought tears to my eyes to see all the matches have empty stand. I want to make a point there. I was covering the Jamaica schoolboy cricket final between Manchester and Mayday from Wednesday to Friday. It was a 3-day match. More persons were at that match more than what was at Sabina Park. I estimated the crowd to be about 1,000 on the second afternoon when Mayday started their chase for victory. At that time, the crowd at Manchester High School was about 1,000 or more, far more than what was watching any of the regional matches. What that told me is that if the cricket is competitive enough and persons feel that they belong enough, they will come out and watch it. Athena, he is on my radar. Casey Carty is on my radar. 1 century, 4 half centuries, 423 runs is on my radar. I have not yet concluded my position on Casey Carty, but that's a good way to put it, 007. He has played his way into contention. He's on my radar. Very good way to put it. Never underestimate the importance of a crowd. It builds strength and confidence. 007 is also saying that I rather we invite an England team or an associate team to play than the CCC. I rather that too. Especially, I think that you're copying the associate thing from me, 007, but that's how it goes. I want to thank you all for being here, and remember, the 7th and final round starts this Wednesday, and Thursday morning, West Indies start their first match. Have a good day, everyone. It is good to be back. See you tomorrow.